Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kyle and today we're going to talk a little bit about the reason why I'm getting rid of this and moving over to this. So, what is this and this, you may ask? This chair is what's called a X-Rocker chair. This is a gaming chair and it is made by a company called X-Rocker. I don't know what model it is exactly because I just picked it out of a catalogue and had it delivered, but the chair, it's not great. It's not a great chair. I spend a lot of time at my desk. Just to give you a kind of overview of how I use my chairs, I don't work from home, but as we all know, right now in the world we are all at home and a lot of us are doing work from home. But even when I'm not working from home and when life resumes and carries on as normal, I do spend a lot of time at my desk, probably like 4 or 5 hours a night. So I do spend a lot of time in my chair. And to be perfectly honest with you, this chair hasn't been very comfortable. You can see by the sides of it, it's kind of like all of the fabric around the side here is all just kind of like given way. It's all really thin, you can see here. Everything's very sort of like just mushy and kind of a bit meh, and it's kind of not really got, the quality's not very good and stuff like that. It's just a bit kind of crappy, to be honest with you. I'm sure there's probably better models of X-Rocker chair, but I ended up not going for those ones because they were a little bit too gamery for my liking. Like my setup, you might see in other videos, my setup is quite, it's not like one of these setups that's got like nano leaf lights everywhere and like RGB all over the place. It's quite subtle. You know, I've got big screens and I've got RGB in my computer, but I've not got like lights everywhere and stuff like that. It's quite subtle. So I didn't want to get one of the chairs that's got like mad like green and black and blah blah blah, like stitching and all of this stuff. I'm not really interested in that. My interest is something that is comfortable and something that's going to support my back for long periods of time. And one other thing as well, which is really important, something that's got padding at the bottom, like a lot of padding at the bottom. Now, I'm not huge, I'm not a huge guy, but I'm a big dude. I'm a heavy set guy, right? And ultimately, like this chair, it's big enough for me, like it's more than big enough for me. Like I've got some room and whatnot, but it doesn't hold me well. It doesn't hold me as a person very well. It kind of just like, after about 3 or 4 weeks of sitting in it, like all of the materials just kind of went and just flattened out. It was kind of just a bit disappointing, really. I went back to Argos, which is the place that I bought it from, which is a retailer in the UK, and just sort of said to them, look, like, is there anything we can do? You know, is this a known thing or whatever? They said to contact the manufacturer. I contacted X-Rocker directly. They didn't want to know about it. They were less than helpful. So I said, right, okay, well, let's start having a look at different chairs then. So, long story short, I ended up with 2 choices. After doing all the research and the Googling and the YouTube searching that we all do, I ended up with 2 chairs. The first one was a Boulez chair. The Boulez chairs look amazing. They've got real thick bottom padding. They've got really nice designs. They've got nice armrests. A few of the reviews though were a little concerning, and some of the quality control maybe wasn't as good as it could be. And some of them were, the one I actually wanted, if I was going to buy one, was out of stock. Unfortunately that ended up being the case. However, I actually managed to find a Secretlab chair that I've been looking at for a little while, on and off, in stock and on sale. So it kind of worked out for the best, really, and that's what we've got here. This chair that we've got here is a Secretlab Titan. It's in Softweave fabric. It is a black and blue Softweave fabric, which works perfectly for me because any lights that I do have are white and blue. So black and blue, white and blue, they all kind of go together quite well. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get it on, get it up, get it, you know, put together and stuff. You guys are going to see me put it together. I'm going to do a little time lapse just so you can kind of see me get it together. I'm not going to talk over the time lapse. I'm literally just going to like do like a 10-second clip of you, like you can see me put it all together. And then we're going to come back at the end and just talk a little bit about my first impressions, how I think the chair feels, how it, you know, how it fits me, my opinions on it. I might hate it. You know, some reviewers have got this chair and absolutely slated it because it doesn't work for them as a person. And this is the thing with chairs. Like, if you're watching this video looking for a chair, just know that chairs are personal preference. A little bit like a keyboard or a mouse or a monitor. Monitors are a little bit different, but like keyboards and mice and stuff like that, they're all personal preferences. Pillows for a bed, mattresses for a bed, they're all personal preferences. Chairs are very, very similar. They change based on weight, they change based on height, They change based on how long you're sitting in the chair. That's a really important one. And for me, like I sit in my chair now that we're all isolated and at home in 2020, you might be watching this 2 years in advance and thinking, what are you talking about? We're all isolated and at home at the moment in the UK. So right now I'm spending like 12, 13, 14 hours sat down. With breaks in between, of course, but like I'm spending a long time sat down. And this chair, like, aside from all its other issues with quality and whatever else, it has one thing that really annoys me, is that, you know, the gas lift at the side of the chair that you can pull and it's supposed to let you go up and down? Yeah, this one doesn't work anymore. This one just kind of goes from, like, at the top, down, down again, down again, down again, until you reach the bottom. And it goes gradually, so you end up sitting, playing your games, and before you know it, you're doing this and falling down. And it's the most annoying thing. You're in the middle of a Call of Duty Warzones match and you're gonna have to reach down and lift yourself up. It's just not good, man. It's not good. So I wanted something that had got real sort of like high grade components, something that had quite obviously gonna last me a length of time. And for the money that you spend on these chairs, like, I would expect it to last a piece of time. This chair, to put it in perspective, this chair was £120 from Argos in the UK. That was, like I say, about 8 to 12 months ago. This chair is supposed to be £470. I got it for £370, luckily. Secretlabs on their website have got like a price-wide, a website-wide price cut at the moment, so everything's discounted. So a lot of their chairs, if you're watching this and you're going to go and buy one, a lot of their chairs are cheaper at the moment, and I don't know whether they're doing that because everyone's in isolation, but a lot of their chairs are cheaper right now. And last thing before we get into building the chair, I just want to let everybody know, because we have to, I am not in any way, shape or form sponsored by either of these companies to talk about what I'm going to talk about today. I bought this chair out of my own money. I spent the full £370 on this chair to get it, and we're going to review it. And this is a real world review. I'm not going to do anything super special, but if you're looking at potentially getting one of these chairs, one of these Secretlab chairs, this is what you can expect. Let's go. Okay, right. Now, as you can see, the chair is... I didn't break it. I managed to put it together without breaking it. There's a couple of weird things I want to speak about, but altogether, I think it's done. I'm gonna have my first sit in it. I'm gonna give you my first impression of sitting in it. And before I even sit in it, I just want to say this fabric and the way that it feels is incredible. Like, it's real quality fabric. Like, it's very obvious that you're getting what you pay for with the fabric in this, because it is real nice. It is real nice to touch. Okay. First impressions, it feels a lot... What a lot of people say with this is it feels a lot stiffer than you expect, and it really does. It feels a lot stiffer than you expect it to. Now, I need to pull this up. There we go. Oh, now that's a bit of me. That is properly nice. If you hear any creaking, don't worry about it. It's the floorboards that I'm rolling around on, not the chair. So don't worry about that. Let's do a recline test, because one of the things with this chair is that you can pretty much... actually, hold on. Before I do that, the pillow. So there's a really soft memory foam pillow that comes with the chair that you're supposed to strap over the top of. There we go. I'm going to do a recline test. See what the recline is saying. Okay, that's real nice. Now, I often wear a hat when I'm sitting in my chair, so I won't be able to wear my hat backwards with this here because it hits the back of my cap. But that's just the thing for me, really. Okay. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Good night. That is unbelievably comfortable. I mean, not that I'm going to spend every day like that, but like, it just the way that it holds you, and like, it feels good. Like, it feels really good. I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to take the chair over to my desk. I'm going to get situated, and then I'll be right back. Right then, just while I've still got you, I thought I'd give you a quick physical rundown of what the chair actually looks like, because so far all I've done is a comparison. I figured I might as well just give you a quick show and tell almost. So in terms of the top, we'll work from the top down to the bottom. So just here at the top, I've chosen to attach the pillow that you get with the chair. If you take that pillow off, it does have a Secretlab logo underneath it. Of course, I've opted for the charcoal grey option, which comes with that real nice blue stitching that's on there. That blue stitching goes all the way down from the fabric over to this sort of suede kind of material that's there. On the other side, on the right hand side of the chair, or the left hand side if you're sitting in it, the edition logo, so it's the 2020 edition of the chair that I've got. And still follow that blue stitching all the way down to the base of the chair. In the middle here, you've got the logo, blue stitching all the way down, and you've got another Titan logo just there on the base of the seat. In terms of the armrests, because I know I personally had a lot of questions about these armrests before I bought the chair, so I figured I'd just quickly run you through them. There is a couple of buttons. So number one, this button here allows you to pivot the arms. Now this is going to be difficult to do with one hand, but it allows you to pivot the armrests. This one inside here, closest to you when you're sat in, you push that in, and it allows you to move the armrests in and out, like so. So I'll just do that with my other hand just to give you a better view. You push it in, and you can move it side to side, which is pretty cool. And then you've got this one on the outside here, which you squeeze, and it goes up and down, just like so. And that adjustment there is pretty nice. I do like it a lot. It allows you to get real comfortable in the chair. And then moving down to the bottom of the chair, by the way, both of these arms are exactly the same as each other. There's no difference. There is literally no difference in function. They both do exactly the same thing. Coming down, you've got the lever at the side of the chair. This here is what you pull to let this go back. That's how you recline the back of the chair. And then on the other side, you don't have anything, but you do have this lever. This lever is the one that you use to make the chair go up and down. So that is what uses the gas there to make the chair go up and make it go down. And then on the other side, this is a lock. This is the lock for the lock for the reclining function of the chair. So what this does is, if you unlock it, and I'm not going to do it because it's a faff to put back, especially with one hand, but if you put it that way, it unlocks the chair, so the whole chair can go like that. So you flick that, and the whole chair goes back like that. You can rock the chair, and then you still have the option of moving that backwards as well, which gives you that flat look. It gives you that sort of flat bed to be able to lie down on if you really want to. Whereas if you just do this, you can get about there, but if you recline back with that as well, it goes pretty much completely flat, which I demonstrated earlier on. Now, just coming up, because I missed this, this right here is the lumbar support for the chair. Now, this is one of the Titan's main features. Now, what it does is, I'll try and get a better view. I'll try and get the best view I can for you here. So, with the Titan, this is a specific feature of this. When you tighten this, what it does, Titan. When you rotate this clockwise, this here comes out. And when you do it the other way, it goes back in. Now, it's not much, there isn't much movement in it, but what it does do is it allows you to just get some more lumbar support, have a little bit more support in the back, sort of lower back area, which is really, really good for people that struggle with lumbar support. So if I just twist that for you, you might not see it, but I'll try my best. Try and get in a little closer so you can see it. So there's a little bit of movement, and it just sort of goes front and back. There isn't much movement in it, but it does give you a little bit of extra rest in the chair, which I personally absolutely love. So there isn't really a fat lot else to talk about, to be honest. From a physical aspect, the chair is very much kind of what you see is what you get. It's real thick padding at the bottom. It's nice and firm, which I love. This suede material is definitely something I'm going to have to keep my eye on. It's something that I'm potentially going to have to buy some Scotchgard type stuff, type spray protector stuff for, because I do feel like having drinks and stuff around, I will probably at some point drop a drink on it and potentially stain it. But all in all, this chair is beautiful. So I'm just going to go back to my sort of ending thought. So, to give some final thoughts on my initial impressions on the Secretlab Titan, this chair is incredibly comfortable. What people say is definitely true. When you first sit in the chair, it is a little bit more stiff than you expect it to be. The bottom cushion is a little bit harder than maybe some of the chairs, but that's not a bad thing, and here's why. Because basically, if that bottom seat, if that sort of bottom padding on the chair was really, really soft, what you would experience is a little bit like what we experienced with the X-Rocker chair, where basically the bottom seat just collapses in on itself after a couple of months. Whereas this being a little bit harder and a little bit sort of more firm, I do think that this is going to last the test of time a little bit more than something like that. With the fact that there is more foam on this, yes, there is definitely there's more time frame with that, but with the fact that it's firmer, it's very likely to last a longer period of time than something that's super soft. Now, on to how I found building the chair. The chair, as you saw, wasn't too difficult to put together. There was a couple of sort of head-scratchy moments where I was kind of like, really? Does that actually do that? But Secretlabs actually give you something to help with that. Excuse all the mess in the background, by the way. I work in a very small room, which is actually my bedroom, so I don't really have the most amount of space in the world. But Secretlabs actually give you this huge poster, which is full of instructions on how to build the chair and what not to do, what to do, and in what steps. And it's really good. It's obviously quite sort of standardised. standardised across all of their chairs, because it does come, I know it's probably not in shot, but it comes with a little part that says if you're building an Omega chair or a Titan chair, then skip to blah 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 step, because some of the steps aren't required for this chair, or there's extra steps for this chair, some of them. So that's really good, that's really helpful. It's not a hard chair to put together. It's really not a difficult chair to put together. It's not like you're building IKEA furniture. For anyone that's ever built an IKEA piece of furniture before, it can be sometimes a little bit of hassle because you don't quite know what goes where. This is very straightforward. There's not a lot of parts. So for just for reflection's sake, this is what comes in the box. These are the only screws that come in the box. You get these thick screws, and you get 2 spare of each. So you get the 2 thin ones, that's to hold in the covers for the brackets at the side, and then you get these sort of real thick ones, and then again that's the spare in there, and that's to actually hold the back of the chair to the base of the chair. So all in all, it's really good. You also get a really handy dandy little Allen key / screwdriver, but you get this, which is really handy. It's an Allen key that is obviously right for the chair, but then it's got a Phillips head or a cross head screwdriver on the front of it. Now this is super convenient. Now I'm going to be using this for other things, because a lot of the things that I've got, my monitors, my monitor arms and that sort of stuff, use Allen keys and use crosshairs, screwdrivers, so I will be keeping this to use with other things as well. But those are the only things that you need. You don't even need to go out and you don't need to go out and, like, you know, rent a bunch of tools to put it together. It comes with the only single tool you need to fit this whole thing together, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws, and 2 of those 8 screws are spares. So, like, it's not a difficult task to get this put together. It really isn't. In terms of comfort, in terms of my comfort levels in the chair right now, it is unrivaled. I've not sat in a chair that's been this comfortable before, just being honest. And again, just to reiterate, I am not being sponsored by Secretlab to speak about this chair. I paid for this chair out of my own money. I did not in any way, shape or form have any endorsement from them whatsoever. This was my own choice to buy this chair. So yeah, I'm really happy with the comfort levels. I love the fact that it can recline that far back. I love the fact that you can just sort of lie back in the chair, you know, if you're waiting for a video to render out, or, you know, if you're waiting for a game or whatever, you can just sort of recline back and wait for, and, you know, and just chill and wait on your phone and whatever else. So it's really good. The one last thing I wanted to speak about was this little thing that comes with it. It's on the back of it, says Secretlab's Access. Now, I can't see anything in the box that's talking about warranties, so one would assume that this is the warranty information. Now, I haven't opened it yet, so because I wanted to do it on camera. Let's just see what's inside. Now, I have heard 1 or 2 little interesting things about Secretlab's extended warranty. I've heard a little bit about this, so I just want to see if they still do the same thing. It was one of the videos that I watched, really surprised me. Now, cool, so this is what we get inside. We get, it's a little sort of folder thing, and it comes with a free 2-year warranty extension. Redeem your complimentary 2-year warranty extension. Get 2 additional years of warranty in just 3 simple steps. So you can sit worry-free for a total of 5 years. So, this is what I was a little bit concerned about. Now, here's the steps, and the other thing in here is just an aftercare guide, which is fine because I've bought the cleaning kit as well. This I will be honest with you, concerns me. But let me just read it out to you. So, get an additional 2 years of warranty in just 3 additional steps, 3 simple steps, sorry, so you can sit worry-free for a total of 5 years. Number 1, take a photo of your new Secretlab chair. Number 2, share a public post on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with hashtag Secretlab. 3, head over to secretlab.co/redeem to register. Now, I'm fully with a few of the other reviewers that have said this, and I completely agree, and I do agree, although it is a slight negative. It's forced marketing. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, why is it forced marketing? How are you marketing? Basically, what they want you to do is share a photo of their chair via your social media, so your friends see that, for you to then be able to be eligible for the warranty extension. So rather than you paying for something like, you know, you can get on some phones and some computers and hardware and stuff, you can pay for additional warranty. Basically what Secretlabs do is they have you take a photo of your chair, share it to your friends, and to that they then give you your extra 2 years of warranty. Now, I don't agree with that at all. I think that that's really, I think it's almost manipulative, because what you're doing is you're saying, cool, here's what you could have had if you don't want to share a photo of our chair to your friends, then bye-bye warranty, right? It's not completely bye-bye warranty because you've got 3 years as standard, but to get your extra 2 years, you shouldn't have to do this. This is something that should be, yeah, I don't know. Secretlabs, if you're watching this video, which you're probably not, but if you ever do watch this video, you need to find another way of allowing people to get their 2-year warranty. This is not an acceptable way of making customers share your product. Customers will naturally share products if they are happy with that product, and I just think that forcing customers who want to gain a longer warranty on their product because maybe they've not bought from you before, so this is to Secretlab, maybe they've not bought from you before, or maybe they're not confident in the chair, or maybe they've had other issues to a point where they feel like they need an extended warranty. You shouldn't then railroad customers into thinking that they have to share a photo of that chair or of that particular product that they've purchased to be able to gain a warranty on it. I don't agree with it, but those are just my thoughts. Again, that is just it's one negative to so many other positives. I would still buy this chair even though, even with that. Like I say, I do massively disagree with it, but again, it's just one of those things. Companies decide to do different things in different ways, and this is just Secretlab's way of, one, marketing, and two, I guess, getting you to sort of get invested in their product a little bit more by sharing it to your friends and stuff. So, but yeah, closing thoughts, I really enjoy it. I think that the arm adjustment and everything, and the swivel of the armrest and stuff, it's really comfortable. If you've got a much higher desk like me, the chair will go up super high. Like right now I'm on the highest setting, and the one thing I will tell you is that the two levers either side of the chair, one of them is responsible for allowing you to go back in the chair and recline, otherwise it locks you in place. So right now it's locked, so I can't go back, but if I unlock it, which is the left hand side of the chair, if you unlock it and you push back, the chair will begin to recline. If you then lock it back in place, you can't do it. And then on the other side, you've got the normal gas lift, which is really, really smooth and nice. So I'll just demonstrate quickly. There you go. So it doesn't go up and down loads, but it goes up and down enough to a point where someone's going to be comfortable sitting in front of their computer. And then you've got the last one, which is slightly further up on the right hand side, which is a pull lever, which allows you to manipulate the back, where the backrest sits and where that goes basically, and that again will go all the way back if you want to lie down, which is incredibly comfortable, by the way, if you do decide to do that. Again, yeah, that's been my sort of first impressions on the Secretlab Titan. I am really, really, really happy with this chair overall. I think it was definitely money well spent. You know, you can't really put a price on being comfortable. I'm a thorough believer in that. However, like I say, the warranty extension part I'm not too keen on. But glossing over that slightly, I think that the only sort of asterisk and sort of question mark that I've got is just about how this material is going to wear. It feels really hard wearing and it feels really nice, but I do think that potentially I might want to get some Scotch Guard or some sort of like stain repellent, because it's not black. It's like a really dark grey, and part of me is a little worried about. I mean, I don't eat on the chair, like, but part of me worries about maybe dropping like a coffee on it, or you know, I've got this like squash or juice here that I might, you know, at some point may well drop off my desk. It's never happened before, but if it did happen, I would hate to know that the chair absorbed it and it left a stain, you know, looking like I peed myself. So ultimately I want to make sure that it's not going to stain, so I will probably get some Scotch Guard, which is just like water repellent. You can get that for cars and stuff. In fact, I've actually got some which I might use. I need to figure out whether it's suitable to use on fabrics. So I'll try that. I might make another video on doing that if I do decide to do that. If not, then I'll probably make a video in another couple of months' time just talking about how I find the chair, sort of maybe 6 months down the line, and how it's been and if I've had any problems or anything like that. But yeah, for now that has been it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're new to the channel, please do like and subscribe and share it with your friends if you want to. Secretlabs, if you want to, share it with your friends if you want to. Cool. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.